भगवते वासुदेव ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी। हरे कृष्ण। टुडे वी कंटिन्यूing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2nd, Chapter 3rd, Pure Devotional Service, Shloka number 20 and 21. Bilebat urukrama vikramanaye
बीलेबत उरुक्रम विक्रमालये
न शृण्वन्तः कर्णपूटे नरस्य
न श्वतः कर्णपुटेन यस्य
जिह्वा असति दार्दुरिक इव सुत
जिह्वा अस्ति दार्दुरिकेव सुत
न च उपगायति उरुगाय गाथाः
न च उपगायति उरुगाय गाथा
भारः परं पट्ट किरीटजुष्टम्
भार परम पट्ट किरीटजुष्टम्
अपि उत्तम अंगम न नमेत मुकुंदम
अपि उत्तम अंगम न नमेत
मुकुंदम शावौ करौ नो कुरुते सपर्याम्
शावो करौ नो कुरुते सपर्याम्
हरेः लसत कांचन कंकणौ वा।
हरे लसत कांचन कंकणौ वा।
मैं बोलूं बीले बतौरुक्रम विक्रमाणये न शृण्वतः कर्णपूटे नरस्य जीवा असति दार्दुरिक इव सुत न चोपगायति उरुगाय गाथाः भारः परं पट्ट किरीटजुष्टम् अपि उत्तम अंगम न नमेत मुकुंदम शावौ करौ नो कुरुते सपर्याम् हरेः लसत कांचन कंकणौ वा। बीले बतौरुक्रम विक्रमाणये न शृण्वतः कर्णपूटे नरस्य जीवा असति दार्दुरिक इव सुत न चोपगायति उरुगाय गाथाः भारः परं पट्ट किरीटजुष्टम् अपि उत्तम अंगम न नमेत मुकुंदम चावौ करौ न कुरुते सपर्याम् हरेः लसत कांचन कंकणौ वा। Translation and purport by the Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One who has not listened to the message about the prowess and marvelous acts of personality of Godhead and has not sung or chanted loudly the worthy songs about the Lord is to be considered to possess air holes like the holes of snakes and a tongue like the tongue of a frog. The upper portion of the body, though crowned with a silk turban, is only a heavy burden if not down before the personality of Godhead and award mukti, freedom, and the hands, though decorated with glittering bangles, are like those of a dead man if not engaged in the service of the personality of Godhead. Hari. Purport by the Srila Prabhupada. Devotional service to the Lord is rendered by all limbs or parts of the body. It is the transcendental dynamic force of the spirit soul. Therefore, a devotee is engaged 100% in the service of the Lord. One can engage in devotional service when the senses of the body are purified in relation with the Lord, and one can render service to the Lord with the help of all the senses, as much the senses and the action of the senses are to be considered impure or materialistic as long as they are employed only in sense gratification. The purified senses are engaged not in sense gratification but in the service of the Lord in total. The Lord is the supreme with all senses, and the servitor, who is part and parcel of the Lord, also has the same senses. Service to the Lord is the completely purified use of the senses as described in the Bhagavad Gita. The Lord imparted instructions with full senses, and Arjuna received them with full senses, and thus there was a perfect exchange of sensible and logical understanding between the master and the disciple. Spiritual understanding is nothing like an electrical charge from the master to the disciple, as foolishly claimed by some propaganda mongers. Everything is full of sense and logic, and the exchange of views between the master and disciple is possible only when the reception is submissive and real. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that one should receive the teachings of Lord Chaitanya with intellect and full senses so that one can logically understand the great mission. In the impure state of a living being, the various senses are fully engaged in mundane affairs. If the ear is not engaged in the service of the Lord by hearing about him from Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam, certainly the holes of the ear was will be filled with some rubbish. Therefore, the message of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam should be preached all over the world very loudly. That is the duty of a pure devotee who has actually heard about them from the perfect sources. Many want to speak something to others, but because they are not trained to speak on the subject matter of Vedic wisdom, they are all speaking nonsense and people are receiving them with no sense. There are hundreds and thousands of sources for distributing mundane news of the world, and people of the world are also receiving it. Similarly, the people of the world should be taught to hear the transcendental topics of the Lord, and the devotee of the Lord must speak loudly so that they can hear. The frogs loudly croak with the result that they invite the snakes to eat them. The human tongue is specially given for chanting the Vedic hymns and not for croaking like frogs. The word asati used in this verse is also significant. Asati means a woman who has become a prostitute. A prostitute has no reputation for good womanly qualities. Similarly, the tongue which is given to the human being for chanting the Vedic hymns will be considered a prostitute when engaged in chanting some mundane nonsense. As stated here and before, there are three kinds of duties of the Lord. The first class duties does not at all see anyone who is not in the service of the Lord, but the second class duties make distinction between duties and non-duties. The second class duties are therefore meant for preaching work, and as referred to in the above verse, they must loudly preach the glories of the Lord. The second class duties accept disciples from the section of third class duties or non-duties. Sometimes the first class duties also comes down to the category of the second class duty for preaching work. But the common man who is expected to become at least a third class devotee is advised herein to visit the temple of the Lord and bow down before the deity, even though he may be a very rich man or even a king with a silk turban or crown. The Lord is the Lord of everyone, including the great kings and emperors and men who are rich in the estimation of mundane people must therefore make it a point to visit the temple of Lord Sri Krishna and regularly bow down before the deity. The Lord in the temple in the worshipable form is never to be considered to be made of stone or wood, or the Lord in his archa incarnation as the deity in the temple shows immense favor to the fallen souls by his auspicious presence. By the hearing process, as mentioned here in before, this realization of the presence of the Lord in the temple is made possible. As such, the first process in the routine work of the devotional service, hearing is the essential point. Hearing by all classes of devotees from the authentic sources like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam is essential. The common man who is popped up with his material position and does not bow down before the deity of the Lord in the temple, or who defies temple worship without any knowledge of the science, must know that his so-called turban or crown will only succeed in further drowning him in the water of the ocean of material existence. A drowning man with a heavy weight on his head is sure to go down more swiftly than those who have no heavy weight. A foolish, puffed up man defies the science of God and says that God has no meaning for him. But when he is in the grip of God's law and is caught by some disease like cerebral thrombosis, and godless man sink into the ocean of sins by the weight of his material acquisition. Advancement of material science without God consciousness is a heavy load on the head of human society. And so one must take heed of this great warning. The common man, if he has no time to worship the Lord, may at least engage his hand for a few seconds in washing or sweeping the Lord's temple. Maharaj Prataprudra, the greatly powerful king of Orissa, was always very busy with heavy state responsibilities. Yet he made it a point to sweep the temple of Lord Jagannath at Puri once a year during the festival of the Lord. The idea is that however important a man may be, he must accept the supremacy of the Supreme Lord. This God consciousness will help a man even in his material prosperity. Maharaj Prataparudra's subordination before Lord Jagannath made him a powerful king, so much so that even the great Pathan in his time could not enter into Orissa on account of the powerful Maharaj Prataparudra. And at last, Maharaj Prataparudra was graced by Lord Sri Chaitanya on the very grounds of his acceptance of subordination to the Lord of the universe. So, even though a rich man's wife has glittering bangles made of gold on her hands, she must engage herself in rendering service to the Lord. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guroho Sri Yuttapadakkamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavancha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sahadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitancha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Vancha Kalpatarubhech Krupa Sindhube Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Today we continuing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2nd, Chapter 3rd, Shloka, the poor devotional service, Shloka 20 and 21. In 20 Shloka, they describe about the message, prowess and marvelous acts of the personality of Godhead, and who does not sing about this act of personality of Godhead, their tongue compare to the tongue of the frog, and who is not hearing their holes of ears are comparing to the गलत बोली कि मैं बराबर बोली whole of the snakes. These 2 points are described in shloka number 20 and 21. They describe about the 3 kinds of the devotees: first class, second class, and third class. And again, they describe about the common man who has no time. They told, I have no time for worshipping the Lord. For that, they told Prabhupada in purport told that thus man must be at least engage his hand for a few seconds in washing or sweeping the Lord's temple. And here they giving the example of the Pratap Rudra, king of Pratap Rudra of Odisha. He has so many responsibilities, but he once in a year he doing the service of sweeping the road and other work for the rendering the service to the Jagannath ji in Jagannath Puri. That described here. Prabhuji will told tell nicely. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hopefully, I am audible. Ah, so thank you,
Yes,
Mataji.
Prabhuji. Yes,
Thank you
Prabhuji.
very much. So it's very simple that we should be hearing glories of Lord, chanting His holy names, and if we don't do it, then this is snake oil, and this is broken. This said, if you are not bowing before Jagannath Ji, then this is a burden with a silk turban. And if they are not doing service to Krishna, then these are corpse hand. This is very simple shloka. Nothing special if we look at the translation part. But Prabhupada ji gives profound knowledge. He explains how devotional service involves whole body. Bhakti is dynamic. It's spiritual energy of the soul. And since it is the soul, consciousness of the soul, which controls the body, what is important is that the whole, all limbs have to be engaged in service of Jagannath. The senses are going to be impure as long as they serve sense gratification. But if they are used in service of the Lord, they become purified. So if you all remember during the COVID times, we used to feel that our hands are all impure. And then we used to put the sanitizer. Rub, oh, my hands become pure. Similarly, these hands are impure. But if I use it in serving Krishna, they are becoming pure. So service to Krishna is that sanitizer which brings about the purification. To highlight it, the shloka talks about ear and tongue. By these two, because they are very powerful tools of liberation, and if not used, of bondage. If the ear is not hearing Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, then what would happen is whatever is heard is actually garbage. So this whole ear is going to be filled with garbage. Tongue, if it is not tasting Krishna Prasad or taking Krishna's name, then what it is doing is speaking nonsense. So it is compared to a frog. The frog croaks. And by listening to that voice, the snake comes and eats it. So when we are speaking mundane, then we are allowing the continuation of the cycle of birth and death. And so the tongue is compared to a thief, prostitute. Because instead of glorifying Krishna, it is mundane worship. So we have to be very, very careful. Hearing, chanting are the core principles of spiritual practice. If we do not hear about Krishna's glories or chant his names, then they are all a vestige of our life, useless. And our life becomes dangerous because we have misused the power of ear and tongue. Tongue should always be used for Krishna Katha, not for mundane talk. Otherwise, Jagannath ji punished, like I have been punished currently. So, message of Krishna should be preached boldly and loudly by pure devotees. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has ordered us. Chare dekha tare ka Krishna. This world is saturated with mundane noise. So, a devotee with all the other devotees must flood it with the divine sound vibration. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Once more, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
once more, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
spiritual understanding is sensible, is logical. Bhakti is not emotional fanaticism, it is rational and scripturally grounded process. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to say, hear with logic and full use of your senses. Teachings should be understood with intellect and all senses. And then there is the necessity of preaching as well. Message of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, it should be preached loudly and widely. Just as mundane news is widely spread, transcendental topics must be broadcast for the benefit of all. Please chant one more round. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
So just as mundane news is spread, transcendental topics must be broadcast for the benefit of all. Narottam Das Thakur ji, when we were reading about him on his disappearance day a couple of days ago, he had predicted that every town, every place, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's messages would be heard. Russians, Germans, English, everyone will come to Navadvip, to Mayapur and pray and serve Krishna. So that is the duty which has been given to us. And for that, we need to control the senses through devotion. Inherently, senses are difficult to control, but they can be mastered when we engage them in Krishna's service. If there is no devotional focus, the attempts at control will be unsuccessful. That is why we see that those who are doing tapasya, the yogic meditation, many great sages, they fall victim to sense agitation. That is why Prabhupada talks about the whole model. King Amrish, who used all his senses in Krishna's service. And because of that, he could defeat even powerful yogis like Durvasa Muni. So we should be using whatever we have to serve Krishna. And then we get the freedom from material reactions. A person knows body, senses belong to Krishna. And so that only for his pleasure. Whether physical, mental, the actions are purified, free from material reactions. So the devotees, they were bound by the results of actions, whether virtuous or sinful. And we should always strive to transcend the false ego. The devotee understands either his body nor his body is independent. Everything is Krishna's property. So by dedicating all possessions, faculties to Krishna, one achieves the perfect stage of Krishna consciousness, free from false ego and material identification. So external status actually means nothing without devotion. The kings, the wealthy men, the respected leaders, everyone must bow before the Lord's deity to avoid sinking deeper in material illusion. A puffed up man who is proud of early achievements, he sinks faster, like a drowning man with a weight on his head. But at the same time, efforts have to be taken that if he's serving Krishna, it should not be made public. The service to Krishna is our service between us, the loving exchange between me and my Jagannath. So deity worship is not idolatry. The Archa Vigraha, they are not different from Krishna. So realization of this comes only through hearing from authentic scriptures and from a guru. So everyone can serve. There is no excuse. Even if one is too busy, he can at least sweep or clean the Lord's feet. King Pratap Rudra, despite being a powerful ruler, swept Lord Jagannath's temple annually. So Krishna consciousness benefits your material life. When we accept Krishna's supremacy, it purifies your material ambitions. Pratap Rudra's devotion kept invaders away and earned him Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's personal blessings. But at the same time, we should condemn false devotion. Bhakti Vinod Thakur warns against devotees who simply wear tilak, neck beads, but are driven by lust and greed. They are, Thakurji used to say, that disciples of Kali, exploiting devotion for material gain. So we have to be careful. Like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 61st verse, senses are uncontrollable without Krishna consciousness. So service to pure devotees awakens the taste for hearing Krishna Katha, as we saw in the first canto. So let us not waste our life in sensual gratifications, family maintenance, without realizing the futility of bodily attachments. Let us use the ears, the tongue, engage them in hearing, purifying Krishna. Heads, hands, they should be used in Krishna's service. You must strive to engage everything in service to Lord. Only this is true life. Everything else is spiritual suicide. Thank you very much.